Welcome. In this video, we're going to go through how to edit the data within the SOQL Datagrid in Brobench. Okay. Brobench has one of the most advanced and then capable the query editor along with the data grid that actually display the data, including parent and the child, multiple columns with the row filters and the row grouping. You have a lot of capabilities and the tools to analyze. But one other capability which is very invaluable is actually in-grid data editing that you can do bulk changes that including edit, delete, undelete, as well as hard delete. Okay. So let's go and query some data. Okay. So we have 30 records that we are viewing the data here. Okay. So this is a development org, so we don't have a lot of data. So by default, when you query the data, you come to a view mode where you can, visualize and then you can see the data. You will not be able to make changes. Okay. And if the object allows editing, that if you have, access to be able to edit the data, you get this edit the button that is shown up in the toolbar. So when you click on it, so the grid goes into the edit mode. In the edit mode, it adds two additional uh, the column to the left of the grid so that you can keep track of what records are updated and what is the status. If there is any error after the saving particular record, you'll be able to see them and you can correct them and continue to save to get your changes in. Okay. So as you can see, there are no changes. The change column would show empty at this moment, and of course error is empty as well. So we can go and make changes. So let's say that in our account number, we have all the account numbers here. Let's go make it a little bit more convincing. So let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is some random number. Okay, so the same thing here. Okay, I can do the random number here. Same thing over here. Okay, so we have made the changes. So as and when you made the changes, if you can notice that we don't actually save the changes immediately. So all the operations that you do that includes update, delete, hard delete, and the undelete, they're actually staged. So they are actually still continue to collect them. It's and then after that, once you're done making all the changes, you can go and save them. So this gives an opportunity for you to correct any of the mistakes you have made. Let's say you updated some wrong value or deleted a record by mistake, you can undo them easily. Okay. You can see that we have various operations. So we have an update change that you make or a delete. Let's go and delete this test record, right? We don't care about that record. I can go delete them. So that particular record, so now marked as delete. The change is a delete. Okay. I can go mark another record as a hard delete. Okay, so when you're hard deleting, keep in mind that when you delete a record, it goes into the recycle bin. When you hard delete, where the system automatically purges, if not automatically, it is marked with purge from the recycle bin. And once you initiate a hard delete, you cannot recover. Even if it is in the recycle bin, you cannot undo it. Okay. So that's why we have this additional confirmation that, hey, are you really want to do the hard delete this particular record? Because once you save it, you can't get it back. And if you intend to, you go ahead and say yes. Okay, and you can see that it's update, hard delete, and the delete operation. Okay, so we made these changes. So now let's say if you want to revert some of the change, let's say I have made this change, I don't want to make the change, right? I can click on here and then I can say revert selected changes. So this will revert the change and the change marker would go away. So that will become blank. It means that the record is not considered changed while at the time of saving. Okay. Once you're happy with your changes, you can go ahead and then click on save. Okay, so there is a read-only connection. So this is a safeguard that we have in place that you can mark a particular connection as read-only. And once you do that, it will not let you save until you disable the read-only by explicit action. In this case, you can disable temporarily by going to this connection menu, click on the disable read-only, and picking, let's say I want to disable read-only for 5 minutes during the save operation. I can go and save it. Okay, so it's going to make changes, and now it made the changes. And if all the changes are successful, the grid will automatically come out of the edit mode into the normal view mode. So when that happens, you know that all the changes have been successfully saved. Okay. So now let's go back to the edit mode and then let's see what other ways that we can make the data. So delete and the hard delete, it is pretty straightforward. It's just because it's a row level operation. But if you're updating, you may want to save individual cells. So that's where we have a lot more options to be able to update various things. So the first thing is that you can get access to the full set of update operations by right-clicking on that and going to the set menu option, or you can also click on this edit menu that brings up the same menu options. Okay. So you can select here, go to set and then edit value. So you can, if you're, let's say you have a long text area field, what have you, you can edit that value there, because if it is a straightforward single line value you can do, but if it is a multi-line it is a little bit hard to edit here. And then you can go here and then you can edit the value here. Okay. Or you can go here and then let's undo that, change and into delete it. You can go here and you can set a new value. You can select actually multiple columns, and then you can set a value for them. Let's say we have the account number. Let's go and set to some value to indicate that we don't have any. Okay, let's say that unknown, that is our account number for these. So in this case it will going to set the value to all the rows that you have selected in those columns. Okay. By the way, you can select multiple columns as well. In this case, same value is set, but typically, you want to apply those changes for one single column. But if you want, you can apply. For example, let's say I want to go and set this to a new value. Okay. It's going to set them. Okay. So you can set them to null if you want to. Let's say about these account source, it's a test. I want to go set them to null. Okay. Or if the value is, you can find and replace if you want to. If it is, you can set it as a current date and time, current date, or true or false. If you select a single column which is of type of pick list, then it's going to automatically provide the options to select the pick list values like this. Okay, for example, let's say I want to select other instead of test, you can do that. So if it is a multi pick list, it will show other options to be able to edit and add values to existing multi-pick list, or remove a single value rather than the whole value. We'll come to that. So we have made these changes. I can go ahead and save it. Okay, so data has changed. So let's go back to object that has some multi-pick list records. Okay, so in this case, this has a multi-pick list. Okay, so we can query the data, and so let's go here, query this particular data set. Okay, so let's go to multi-pick list. So we have these values. Okay, so let's go to the edit mode. So now let's say that we have this multi-pick list with the multiple values assigned. I want to remove a single value. There are two ways to do that, of course, right? You can go here. Actually, there is, yeah, so you can go and find and replace, right? So you can replace that partial matches. But actually, really able thing to do is that you can right click and then go to the set, and then you can say add pick list value or remove pick list value. Or you can just set the pick list value. In this case, the value will be overridden to that particular value. For example, it's a value 1. And if you just don't want to, reset the whole value, but just set one additional value, you can see. For example, let's go and remove the value 2. So in this case, the value 2 is removed from that. Now I can go back and add that value to the same pick list. Okay, so the multi-pick list allows you to do these additional operations, because they deal with the multiple values stored as a single value. Okay, so that is a multi-pick list variations. We do have other specialized variations for selected columns to value. So instead of if you want to set one whole column of the all the rows for that particular column, you don't have to select them. You can just go here, set selected column to value. Or if you want to, let's say you want to set value to only blank values. Let's say you want to select a whole bunch of them. And then I want to set blank value to something. Let's say the account source, in this case, account number. I want to set, okay, let's go to the edit mode. I want to set the blank cells to new value, the new value being unknown. So in this case, it's going to set that value to only the blank cells wherever it is blanked. In this case, other ones had a value, so they are not touched. And this was for blank, that's why they are touched. Conversely, you can also do that. You can say non-blank cells. Let's say if you want to overwrite existing values with something new, you can use that. Okay. So then you can go and save it, and that is done for time being. I'm going to revert those changes and then edit out of the edit mode. Okay. So when you're in the edit mode, keep in mind you can't close the tab. So just to not to lose the data. So come out of the edit mode by clicking on a cancel, and then after that you can close it. Okay, so keep in mind that we had deleted some records, right? So let's go fetch them. Okay, include account. So let's select included records. You can see here and say execute with include deleted. And if you look for is deleted, it shows that some of the records are deleted. That shows as true. Okay, so these are the two ones that we are which deleted in the earlier use case. So you can go select them, go to the edit mode, and then you can select them, and then you can actually undelete the records if you want to. So we can go and save them. Okay, so you can connection read only. Let's go and disable for a while, 30 minutes, and then save it. Okay, so you can see that because we had hard deleted one record and soft deleted one record, we could not undelete the record that was hard deleted because it's not in the recycle bin, even though the record is returned as part of the query because it is marked as hard deleted. It's not yet hard deleted, so it is still in the recycle bin, but you cannot undelete it. So there is, if you happen this way, one thing you can do is that export all the data. You can reinsert them. Okay, that is one thing. Or if you don't care, you can just wait and then that will go away. But other record that we had soft deleted, so we could undelete that. Now it is back on to the view. Okay, so once there are any errors, you can go review them. For example, it will show all the error, what operation and what error it is. You can review, and if it is something that recoverable, or if you want to be able to make changes, save them, continue to do that. But if you don't care about the error, in this case, we can't do anything, so we can just ignore it. You can cancel the operation and then come out of it. Okay, so this is about the Datagrid editing feature in Brobench. I hope you like it. And if you have any comments or questions, please let us know. Thank you.